G'day my friends, it's Marty Ware here today from Marty's Garden on YouTube, and I'm with my daughter Karen. She's home from school, throwing up last night and still feeling a bit queasy in the tummy. But you know, there's no point in carrying on not getting educated if she's still feeling good enough and up for it. So learning some things. Now these are her sunflowers here.
Yeah.
So she sprouted those from seed. They're a little dwarf variety.
Yeah.
They'll get little sunflowers on them. Yeah. And the main reason she planted them is because we want what fly to come to visit?
Yeah, and we want the hopper flies to come.
The hover flies will come and check them out and hopefully lay some babies and eat all the nasty insects, right?
Yep.
But today what we're really talking about is doing cuttings for your tomatoes. Now I'm sort of getting into heirloom tomatoes now. Well, I wouldn't say sort of. I'm moving away from the traditional style tomatoes that are grown in the grocers and things, and going for more flavour, colour, variety, etc. Now what we've got here is some cuttings. So I've gone outside, I've used a sharp pair of scissors with the blade on the inside to not squash the stem, and then I've actually put on some hormone powder, just dipped on the end, and stuck them in these peat pots. These little peat pots here. Now little peat pots, these are these ones here, Karen, these little peat pots. Yeah. And they're actually, what they are, is they're peat that's dug up from the earth, and then they make these little pots out of them, and you soak them in water, they expand, and then you can put seeds and cuttings and things in them as well. And they end up looking like this after they expand. This one's wet here, and it's got a seed in it with a tomato coming up later on.
And then the tomatoes, when you put the tomatoes in a pot, then when they turn bigger, they will turn to two little tomatoes.
Like this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one, like this one here, which is a seed, grown from seed, from one of the heirloom varieties. And I've got a mixture of what they call the rainbow heirloom cherry tomatoes, so yellow ones, pink ones, red ones, black striped ones. And I'll be showing you more on those as they grow, because they're just starting to get fruits on them now, and they're just about to go to colour, aren't they?
Yep, and they're going to different colours.
They go to different colours. Now, another way that I'm doing this, and this actually, someone sent me across this idea from Facebook, and sorry if you're watching this, I just went back for the information, and I may be able to dig up who wrote this later, hopefully, and add it to the bottom of the video. But he told me that what he was doing was, every year, he's growing his tomatoes through, and then right near the end, before the frost or the die-off, he cuts them back and takes a cutting and then just sticks the cutting in water right through the whole season, puts them under some lights or something like that. And he says they get a bit long and spangly or whatever, but I'm luckily here in the subtropics, I can grow mine all year round, can't I?
Yeah, when they turn bigger and bigger and bigger, when they start to get matches, when they go colours, they go different colours, and then
that's right. So, and we can eat them. So what I've done is I've given it a go, and I've put some water in here. I've taken the cutting, and I did actually put some hormone powder on the bottom, but believe it or not, the hormone powder didn't really work as good as above. So I'm going to show you the root system now. That's appeared only in a few days. And you can see that they're healthy and white. And I can now put that into a pot and actually start to grow this plant. And the beautiful thing about it is that I can pick the most productive plants that I've got going. So the healthiest ones, the ones that are producing the most fruit and have got the characteristics that I like, and take cuttings of them, get a bottle of water, stick it in. I recommend that you use the rooting hormone, but you don't really need it as much. It maybe speed things up a bit quicker, but because each little hair will become a root. So what's happened is where the hairs are, they've become a little root. And I don't know if you can see the hairs on the tomato, but they turn into long fibrous roots, and they will support the plant. Now when you take a cutting, don't have too much big leaf on there. You just want a little bit, and you want to remove any flowers as well. And once the plant starts to produce some roots, at least that long, and you can see a little bit of growth coming out. Now I can't see the roots in the peat pot one, but what I can do is watch the growth starting to come out, and I can have a little peek down in there And once they even start popping some roots out of the sides, Karen, then we can put that whole thing into a plant into the ground. So I'll plant it up to about there, and this way, and pull this bag away, and so the roots will expand out. All these new little hairs will become more roots for the plant, and I've got a brand new plant of exactly the one that I took it from, that I like, that is the most productive in the garden. And then you just keep carrying it on and on and on. Now, you can take it from the top, or you can take it from suckers on the side. I like to take it from the top. The reason being because energy, sap moves up to the top of the plant, and that's where the most of the best energy is going to be. So you want to do that when the plant is at least 3 weeks to a month old. So, and then, you know, keep taking cuttings. So you want to have tomatoes growing in succession. Now these ones are what they call indeterminate tomatoes, so they will keep growing on right through as long as there's not any frost, and they could even really, in theory, grow on for years. And I have seen some cherry tomato varieties grow on for quite a few years. Now, so you've got the choice of taking the cuttings or germinating it from seed. If you're going to germinate it from seed, cut your seed in half, and then just squeeze it on the seed onto some tissue paper like that, and the membrane will dry up, and then just roll it up and put it away in a container and store it for next year. I do both.
Yep.
And this is one of the best ways. So you just cut out a little section and you stick it in your little Jiffy pot or in one of your seed raising mixers.
Excuse me?
Yes.
When you put the seeds in the garden, it turns into different plants, and you can get all those different fruits. You can get strawberries or orange or all that fruit.
You can if you grow them. That's very right. And so it's a good idea to have a mixture of plants growing, so you can have a variety of food to eat and get your kids involved. Just like Karen is here, she loves going out every morning and picking the strawberries, looking for all the different bugs and things that are going on there, and letting me know if there's like any aphids and stuff around. So listen, if you're not a member of Marty's Garden Community.ning and you want to get the newsletter, or you want to be a part of a really cool community, head over by clicking on the link down below. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel videos so you keep on getting educated, and follow Marty's Garden here with me and Karen. We've got more communities on around the web, so there's going to be stuff in Facebook. We've got happyhouseandgarden.com, potted vegetable garden. You know, we've got lots of stuff going on, and I'm going to leave all the links down below for you in YouTube there. What I want to say is happy gardening. Please share your knowledge with others. We want to spread the word about creating a fresh food future for all, and getting our kids involved too, because they are the future, really, aren't they? Alright, let's say goodbye, hey Karen?
Yes.
We're going to wave goodbye to the camera?
Bye.
Bye. See you next time. We've got the big tomato here in the way. We'll see you next time. Yes?
When we get a new tent, we will put a plant and plants like eating fishy poos.
They do like eating fishy poos, yeah. And we may even cover some aquaponic stuff if we get the call from one of the gardeners who's living up the coast. He's going to let us come and have a look at his aquaponic garden, but I can't promise anything yet. Alright, I'm Marty Ware from Marty's Garden. There's Karen. We're going to say goodbye. We've been taking up too much of your time, which is precious already. So subscribe, join in the communities by clicking the links down below, and we'll see you there. Bye for now.
Bye.